As you say, we've heard just in the last few minutes that this Special Constable Peter Lightfoot has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. It is a longer jail sentence that many people involved in this case perhaps expected, but it quite possibly reflects also the fact that he was charged and found guilty of perjury as well as assault. Now, the CCTV is pretty nasty to watch. It shows Lance Corporal Mark Aspinall on a night out in Wigan in July 2008. By his own admission, he was drunk. He'd been thrown out of a club and had allegedly racially abused doormen there. He'd also allegedly obstructed paramedics in their duties, so not surprisingly the police were called. Now, at that point, Special Constable Lightfoot and 2 of his full-time officers arrived at the scene. At that point, Aspinall ended up on the ground, and the footage pretty graphically shows him being hit across the back of the head at times, 8 separate times. It is Special Constable Peter Lightfoot who is carrying out that beating, whilst the others appear to be restraining the Lance Corporal. The 2 other officers involved were cleared of any wrongdoing by a jury. But just in the last few minutes, we've had the words from the judge, strong words, as he handed down this 3-year sentence. He said to Special Constable Lightfoot that his conduct was unacceptable and intolerable. He went on to say that it is always an unpleasant and unwelcome duty to have to sentence a police officer. Now, this particular officer had a very long history in the force, some good, some bad. He actually won Special Constable of the Year in 2003. We found that out this morning. He also got a special commendation from the Chief Constable here in Manchester in 2007 for his part in a chase of some robbers. But, as I say, also a bad history because he was forced to resign from the force in 1993 after being arrested for criminal damage. He was eventually allowed back into the force in 2001. But this gentleman has, Lance Corporal Mark Aspinall, has recovered from his injuries. He'd served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He had very nasty facial injuries, and Special Constable Lightfoot must serve 3 years sentence for them.